And the kids, we all thought they were this tragic little family. They weren't his. We found the DNA records later.
You had a baby in a house when you were 13 years old and we can't find you. By the way, where's the baby buried? I asked that question to her. And she said what happened after she gave birth was they called her mom and they said that she's got to go. I said, how do you know the baby was dead? You're telling me they moved you into a room and they induced labor after you said, I don't want to give up my child. They
hid. Not because I was embarrassed. Not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private. But it's because it was a moment very sacred. I was growing a human inside of me. My baby. The world that Charlie and I live in is very toxic at times.
Stop. Just stop for a second. What Candace Owens just hinted at is not simply an allegation. It is a detonation. A bomb that could reduce Erika Kirk's entire carefully constructed story to ash. For months, people have been asking one question, quietly, in whispers, in the comments, in the DMs. Was Erika ever actually pregnant? And if she was that child really Charlie's? And now, there are whispers of DNA proof circulating behind closed doors, in rooms the public cannot see. But let's start simple. Let's start with something anyone can verify. In today's world, pregnancy gets documented. Celebrity pregnancy gets documented even more. Every angle, every event, every flight, every red carpet. Erika Kirk, whose entire brand is built on public visibility, has not one single candid photo showing a visible bump. Not one event appearance. Not one paparazzi shot. Not one unfiltered moment. And this is a woman who filmed herself on stages, on flights, at conferences, through emotional breakdowns. But pregnancy? That was sacred. That was private. And then Charlie died, and the camera came right back on.
I love you. I love you. God bless you.
And that is the contradiction that nobody can explain away. She filmed herself kissing her husband's lifeless body. She documented raw, unfiltered grief in real time. Camera on, world watching. But pregnancy? Camera off. This is not privacy. This is selective privacy. And when something is only private for one specific chapter of a person's life, the world starts asking why. And people asked deeply. Erika's entire online identity is built around being Mrs. Erika Kirk. That is her brand. That is her name. That is who she is publicly. So when that ultrasound footage surfaced, viewers noticed something that stopped them cold. The name on that ultrasound was not Erika Kirk. It was Erika Francevay, her maiden name. Maybe it's paperwork. Maybe it's timing. Maybe it's administrative oversight. Or maybe when your entire public identity revolves around being Mrs. Erika Kirk, you do not forget that name on something as monumental as an ultrasound. And one more detail. Charlie was not present at that ultrasound visit. He was absent.
Story of the woman who raised Erika Kirk. Her mom, Loretta Francevay.
Yeah, that's Erika Kirk getting an ultrasound. There's been a lot of talk about whether or not that woman has really ever been pregnant. Now, I've been pregnant 5 times. The first was a miscarriage, gave birth to 4. So you bet your ass I zoomed in on that ultrasound screen. And this is a close-up of the screen, which led me to do a deep dive into the stages of pregnancy, which I've done, back in the day when I was pregnant, but it's been a while. It's hard to see a lot of detail in that picture. Based on her stomach size and the size of what we can see, it would be safe to presume this is the viability ultrasound, that they determine if there's a heartbeat, which they can do as early as 6 weeks. And this is what it looks like at 6 weeks, and this is what it looks like at 8 weeks. Wanted to compare that to her picture, but I don't have the technology to zoom in on it. I wasted 2 hours, except I learned that at 9 weeks they hiccup. I didn't know that.
Erika's first hospital visit was with her mother, not her husband, her mother. No bump photos, no visible proof. And now this. Here is the thing about missing evidence. When the big proof is gone, the small details start carrying enormous weight. And one detail that keeps resurfacing, Erika could hardly remember her own wedding anniversary. She struggled to recall her children's birthdays. A mother who cannot remember her own children's birthdays. Let that sit for a moment.
We laugh about this because our dates are so messed up because of babies, meaning there's so many dates to remember.
On the surface, that sounds like a joke, a cute couple moment, relatable, funny even. But when the entire pregnancy is already under a microscope, that joke carries a very different weight. And then came something even stranger. Something Erika said on Charlie's own podcast that made people pause mid-scroll. She mentioned her obstetrician, the doctor who would have been the single most important witness to her pregnancy. He was dead.
Because I know we had a birth plan, and the only thing that went to plan on that birth plan was that we had a child.
That's right.
Everything else
We had a great
went out the window.
We had a great OD. May he rest in peace. Terrible story.
It's so sad.
May he rest in peace. Convenient. Extraordinarily convenient. The one person who could confirm, deny, or clarify everything about Erika's pregnancy? Gone. No cross-examination, no records, no verification. And just when you think the story cannot get any darker, Candace Owens drops another bombshell. On the day Charlie Kirk was shot, Erika was allegedly not where she claimed to be.
Seeing Charlie in an elevator, everything about Charlie is adding up. I cannot get a single person to confirm if they saw Erika, who was apparently out and about. I then thought, wouldn't it make sense? She screams in the middle of a parking lot. She screams in the middle of a doctor's office. Everybody kind of knows where they were when Charlie got shot. Okay, if this doctor's office had people in it, there's going to be someone who said, hey, I heard a giant scream at my doctor's office.
Erika said she was at a hospital with her mother, receiving treatment. Candace's sources say something completely different. This is not a small discrepancy. This is not a misremembered detail. This is the difference between truth and a lie. And if she was not where she said she was, the question is not just where she was. The question is who she was with.
Where he was to tell his story, but he also had to include the part where he claims that he saw Erika Kirk the night before, also on Fort Huachuca at Candlewood Inn and Suites, okay?
Enter Andrew Kolb, a man who was working overtime to build Erika an alibi. He claimed Erika went to dinner with Charlie the night before. He even forwarded a photo. Erika's hand, her children, September 9th, 8:33 a.m. Proof she was with her kids that morning before heading into the office. But new revelations say Erika was gone that night, and she was not alone. She was allegedly with Tracy Martin.
Tracy Martin. Remember, Tracy Martin is Erika's best friend for over 15 years. How close are Erika and Tracy? They've done everything together. Tracy says from Romanian Angels. Erika modeled for her clothing brands.
Tracy Martin. 15 years of friendship. Present before Charlie, present after Charlie, present through all of it. Shared vacations, family holidays. Everywhere you look in Erika's life, Tracy is there. If Erika was not with her mother, why was she with Tracy? And why lie about it? Is Tracy just a best friend? Or is she something more? Observers have spent hours going through years of photos. The closeness is undeniable. The bond is deep. And then, another name surfaces. Tracy's daughter, McKenna.
This is shocking that Tracy's daughter is actually Erika's assistant. I'll put an allegedly there, because we've got to confirm that information. But the source knows.
Tracy's daughter, Erika's personal assistant. This is no longer just a friendship. This is a circle, a tight, controlled, deliberate inner circle built around Erika's life. And the theories are no longer just living in group chats. They have gone mainstream. Some say Erika did not carry her own children, that a surrogate was used, and that the surrogate was someone from inside that very circle. If that is true, suddenly everything clicks. The missing bump photos, the ultrasound name discrepancy, the carefully controlled narrative of privacy. And the biggest question of all? Did Charlie know? Or was he handed a version of reality, the same version the public was handed? And then a name appeared. A name that changes everything. Tyler Boyer.
And Tyler was there.
Tyler Boyer.
Yes, he was there with his wife, his beautiful wife, and his kids. And he came up to me afterwards and he was like, hey, we have this organization and we're starting in Arizona. Would love for you to be a part of it. And I said, thank you for all the information, but I am moving to Manhattan. And I was like, stay in touch. And we didn't really stay in touch all that much.
Tyler Boyer. This is where the story stops being vague and starts being surgical. The whispers on the street are no longer about surrogacy or secrecy. They are about paternity. Sources are now alleging that Tyler Boyer may be the biological father of Erika's children. And if that sounds extreme, listen to the timing. The night before Charlie Kirk was shot, the marriage was not in a good place. They were under the same roof, but worlds apart. Charlie was not wearing his wedding ring. He slept on the couch. Erika did not kiss him goodbye. And he walked out the door for the last time.
I want to see what they did to my husband. And I want to give him a kiss, because I didn't get to give him a kiss this morning.
I didn't get to give him a kiss this morning. Devastating. Heartbreaking. Or perfectly scripted? Charlie's final letter, the one Erika chose to share publicly, is now being questioned. Critics ask whether it could have been forged. Because why would anyone share their husband's most intimate last words with the world, knowing they would be scrutinized? A letter that praises Erika, that declares Charlie's undying love, publicly, perfectly, conveniently. And Erika, who was allegedly at a resort when Charlie was shot, was not home, was not where she claimed to be. If the marriage was fracturing that night, what had Charlie found out? Tyler Boyer was there before the marriage, during the marriage, and now his name lives in the whispers surrounding its collapse. The DNA report remains hidden, but Candace Owens, in her series Bride of Charlie, has allegedly hinted that she is holding one final chess move. A move that would end Erika Kirk's picture-perfect conservative life once and for all. So we bring it to you. Where was Erika that night? Was Tracy a friend or a cover? And those children? Who do they really belong to? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and watch the next video. Because this story is only getting darker.